Hello there YouTube, this is Sibbles and Bits back at it again with another Inkbound Daily. Today is the solo daily for October 25th, and today we will be playing Mosscloak, going from Silent Promenade into Radiant Market, and then up against Runestone. Our quest is to deal a hecaton of damage, which is going to be quite easy because our bindings no longer have cooldowns. Doesn't really do much for Mosscloak specifically. It is interesting because we get to dash whenever we want, but generally speaking, we're going to want to put prepared on it and then just deal with it. Your shuriken obviously doesn't have a cooldown, and your flurry, while like moderately good, has the issue of it spends all your shurikens when you use it. So we really don't gain that much, except with our drafted bindings. So we're going to want to be on the lookout for that. We also have Spicy Foes, which also makes Flurry like particularly bad because we'll just shrapnelize ourselves. So we're going to want to look for a drafted binding that helps circumvent that. I think you're going to run into a pattern here. And then, of course, Healing Pools only restore 3 HP. Again, doesn't do anything. We don't care. So we have Essence Aquilian. That's actually quite interesting. If we can get shield on our dash with no cooldown, maybe even a prepared, we can dash through a lot of people, gain a ton of shields, hit them, reflect back the spikes. Again, whenever we have Spicy Foes on hit effects or when hit effects start to become very juicy. Only problem is that spikes really don't do anything versus Runestone. So we're going to have to still find a way to solve for that. Might just be Grasp again. Could honestly be Jinx. It could be Cleave, maybe, if we reduce the cooldown on it. Or we just go for an infinite and win the game. 5-head. I'd prefer really not to do that, as you guys probably have known from past endeavors, but if we have to take it, we'll go ahead and we'll do that. Verdant Seed here, Braced Belt is intriguing because it actually starts proccing Essence Aquilian for us now, but otherwise doesn't really do much for us besides an additional like 10% damage. Our first turn is likely just going to be throwing repeatedly. I think that Scavenger's Dash is fine because dashing through something then throwing is technically the exact same as just throwing twice. And then we get some shurikens, might be able to pay out in a flurry, but we're going to take a lot of damage here. Brace Belt is probably what I'm looking at right here. Otherwise, Verdant Seed obviously heals us across the course of the game, gives us a nice HP buffer at the end that we can then figure out something to do with. I don't know. But definitely not a zero integer pick on Verdant Seed. I think it's just going to be Brace Belt. There's definitely better whites for us to be grabbing, but we're Mosscloak, so it honestly have to be a pretty dang good white. Station Grade Klaxon, very good versus Runestone because it allows us to start up at the top of the screen in our usual cheese spot, walk all the way down to the second location where we cheese Runestone, like without any issue. So that's pretty good. Yeah, I don't think that this is necessarily worth re-rolling. It's not the best, but it works for us. Critical Flurry, I really don't care. Distant Dash, really don't care. Honestly, this may be a reroll here just to get more damage on throw. I could see that. We up-tiered into Shurikens, deal +5 damage. That is hot garbage. Hot garbage. Again, quite possibly one of the worst ones in the game. Actually, the worst one is probably the purple, that's +10. I'll very gladly just take Sharp Throw. 4 stacks of poison, like it's somewhat notable. It deals 20 damage to enemies that we pass through. We would still have to tank them anyways. I'll just take my sharp throw, call it a day. Silent Promenade, we could run into the worms here, which would be difficult. Mercurial Elixir is literally useless to us. Thanks. I'm not feeling the Tarnished Vault. I want to buy something good at the shop before Rinferno, assuming that we even survive that long. We should survive that long, but you never know. This at least seems manageable. 2 enemies with 300 or pretty much 400 HP is definitely an issue. We honestly might just come up here, try and hit all these guys here. And this is just going to make it so that we only have to hit them once, which means that we only have to take one set of spikes once, or whatever you want to call it. Might honestly... really don't want to take extra damage. We're kind of going to have to. We got a crit. Might as well throw that out. Holy Lord, we did it. At the cost of 12 HP. Screw it. Okay. I can see critical damage. The fact that Throw has a significantly higher critical chance is actually quite good for us. It doesn't get any critical mods, if I remember correctly. I might be wrong, and it might be a critical mod at purple, but I'm pretty sure they took away the critical mod. I might be horribly mistaken on that. It used to have a plus 20% critical mod, which was up at blue, and you always took that thing because it was crazy. So, do we honestly just go for more physical power or gamble on the fact that this is going to crit? Probably actually just physical power. I like money. They really want us to take this, don't they? I'm trying to debate if this is actually worth it. I still think that it's good. I just don't know if this would rather be a blue. Blue, we got stockpiling. Again, we don't really want to use Flurry. It just cost us 12 freaking HP. Dash range, I'm not really feeling it would allow us to hit multiple people with dash, but it's It's just a little awkward, honestly. We'll just take another sharp throw. Smoke Bomb is decent AoE damage. I kind of like that better than Poison Vapor. Is that correct, though? I can see Poison Vapor being pretty good versus Rinferno. Just getting that out there, especially with no cooldowns. Actually, we'd be able to stack that quite high. We could ascend that into a number of things that it's actually quite useful. The only thing that I don't like about it is that it hits a lot of people. So we are definitely going to be taking some serious poison damage. Or not poison, reflect. And I'm not quite sure I like that. Smoke Bomb is just in general pretty good, but I think without cooldowns, Poison Vapor takes the cake. Yeah. Like Smoke Bomb, we get 1 green for bleed damage, though. It's a lot of damage. I think we take Poison Vapor here. But I don't like it. Do I really need a green here? It's not like we want wider AoE on this thing. Not sure about anything on Flurry, honestly. Scavenger's Dash can get shield. Is that blue or green? God. I believe it's green. That's kind of important. Because if we can get shielding, that's huge. We'll use the helmet crab here. We got another mercurial. Why did I click that? That's a problem. Well, I guess we're not buying anything at the shop. I guess I'll take prepared dash. None of these are really good. Poison tip throw, you can kind of argue, except that we're just going to use poison vapor repeatedly. It's much better at that than what we have a much better tool, so there's no real reason for us to do that. God forbid I'm going to reroll here. Thank you. Thank you. Alright, we screwed up big. Do we take a glyph globule here? We can't buy anything at the shop, so I think we actually need something good. We have to hit this. That's actually killing you? How? Oh, the spikes. The spikes! Understood. Oh my lord. I was losing it. I'd kind of like to get rid of you and still hit you, but it doesn't look like that's going to happen. We're just going to spikes this guy over here. You're dealing 2 damage. We have 7 shield. We should be fine. That's pretty good. I'll take 1. Why not? Actually, why would we? Kind of wish that this guy would have perished. That would have been much better for us. This is free, so we're obviously going to use it. We're getting a ton of spikes off that. We're going to be able to finish this quite quickly since we have prepared now. And honestly, just flop you guys. That's free, might as well pick it up. There's really no reason for me to use anything else here, so we'll just go ahead and end the turn. What, you're annoying? We'll be fine. Yeah, we're fine. Hit. Mark, orb. Hit. Alright. Cheese cards. We've spent a lot of money. We need to fix it. Get some crit too. Why not? We're going into a little bit of crit here. We're producing a lot of spikes. Both of these are actually looking pretty dang good. Again, spike damage does not help us versus bosses, though, so I think we're going to go with the critical damage. 2 stacks of bleed isn't bad. There's no reason to grab these. We already kind of have to hit a glyph node. I could see re-rolling this. In fact, I don't know if there's any good greens for us anymore, so let's draft this binding. Vengeful, pretty good. Oof. That's intriguing. What's our second book? Radiant Market. Afterimage isn't good for a Radiant Market. Evasive is good for the first few turns of Runestone, though. But do we just, like, make enough shielding? I think this is a weird, like, spike cloak. And if that's the case, I think shield wall is actually, like, pretty disgusting. Especially if we get, what is it, Iron Palisade or something like that? That's probably the wrong one. Is it just called spike wall or something like that? Spike shield? Yeah, honestly, I'm thinking that it's pretty good, especially with our trinket. Really doesn't help us versus bosses, though. Goes without saying. I'm gonna believe. I'm gonna believe in my memes, alright? Reroll this. For each turn shield wall is not used. That ain't happening, man. All these are terrible. Like, I guess we'll take wider area of effect. It's actually bad for us. But if it saves us some movement, maybe it's worth it. We need to get some serious shielding on this build. Like, technically, scavenge... I almost ran right into that healing well. I would have just walked into the sea of ink if that happened. Holy lord. We are already over budget. I feel like an ink needle compass is fine, though. If we lose by 35, this time it's definitely my fault. I'm kind of liking our setup here. I mean, is there honestly any reason for me to not just completely bamboozle this man? It does no damage. That's what the reason is. It does absolutely no freaking damage. What have we done? I know we can get all of this. I must be mistaken. There we go. Yeah, I'm sorry. It just doesn't feel like this does as much damage. I'm gonna believe in the dream. And I think I need to take this. It's probably already a little late for that. And even that, not really. We're probably going to lose a turn here. We just don't deal the right amount of damage to this guy. And that's mostly our fault. There we go. I'm asking myself if I want to make that mistake again, but legitimately, it was still, like, better than most of the stuff we've been doing. I'm going to leave that for next turn, I think. I'm just wondering if it's actually going to be possible to get to this man. It's close, but not quite. We're gonna take a lot of damage, that's fine. We're gonna lose this by turn. Which is so sad since we got the first fight. And you're done. So the spikes. It was counting the spikes. So now we've lost 2 turns. That's actually devastating. God, that's terrible. Lethal Burst will just kill us. I'd rather take Poison Outburst. This is actually sometimes better than Poison Vapor versus a single target. Tell you what, I'll take Putrid Poison. Man, now I'm upset that I just did that. Just to save like 2 minutes. Like words cannot describe. Like, to be fair, if we would have just built a good build, then it wouldn't have been an issue in the first place, but, like, come on, man. I just didn't want it to go down like that. We forgot to heal. We are in danger. I must have been real upset. That is serious danger. Okay. We're gonna have to actually use our brain cells now. Shocking core cap isn't bad. We want to crit things, and then reducing the damage that they deal to us is pretty good. Verdant Blossom is looking especially good right now since I've pretty much screwed us, but I'm going to choose to believe that we don't need that because I've already screwed the run enough. Spike damage is great. This affects like most of our damage though, or it affects throw, which is a large majority of our damage. I guess it's not that simple. This does affect spike damage though. So we lose, air quotes, 10% spike damage at the cost of being able to get more damage with throw. I think that that's a good trade. We'll see if that's true. Never mind. Throw does have a critical mod, and it's almost good. I almost want to grab that. I think, though, Mighty Vapor is the way to go. Poison Flurry is probably worth more on turns that we do it. Because this is, let's say, 24 stacks of poison for... No, that's not worth it. That's 24 stacks of poison for like 3 will. We do get some bonus stuff. Did we take the gain a free shuriken? We did not. So we kind of need to use our freebie, dash again, because the odds of us having 5 people lined up are pretty slim. Or 4 actually, we get 1 each turn. And then we get to use Poison Flurry for a total of 24 stacks of poison. Yeah, not so much. As opposed to just Mighty Vapor hitting things for an additional plus 10. Only problem I have with taking Mighty Vapor right here is that then we can't put a purple on this to deal 25% more damage. So it's probably actually going to be critical throw. We need to make sure that we're actually hitting our crits to make the money back that we accidentally spent anyways. So, yeah. This does not give me spikes. It does give me resistant though, which combined with dazed makes us pretty defendable. Use this once per turn, gives us an extra shield, we technically get 1 spiked. We lose a lot of spiked out of it though. Most of our spiked is actually coming from Scavenger's Dash anyways, theoretically speaking. I think that this is fine. Yeah, I think that we can take Fortify. It's not the one that we wanted, but it's something. I would love to take stats, but we've kind of screwed ourselves. We're going to have to take glyphs, so let's go ahead and grab a, grab something from here. Moby is fine. On restoring HP in combat, this vestige gains 2 poison damage up to 20. We don't restore our HP currently. It's kind of like the best thing here, though. Pendant of the Weaver isn't bad. It gives us resistant off the bat right now. When we heal, it's going to just give us +5, so we have some wiggle room versus Runestone. That's not a non-zero. That's not a zero integer. Just wish we had a way to heal. Technically, there is a heal on Fortify, which we can spam if we so wanted to. It's just that spamming it isn't really good for us anymore. Yeah, this is rough. It's pretty much that one augment too. And I believe it's a purple? Pendant of the Weaver is probably just better. Like, I don't think that we could feasibly reduce spicy foes down to 0. I don't think that we would want to. But at least this is going to significantly increase our odds of surviving. So I'm willing to take that. And again, we didn't have the money to re-roll it, so we just didn't. Alright, we don't have to use this because of the fact that we already have everything that we need. We already have resistant. So we just got to figure out how we're going to deal with this. I think it's a dash. Dash again. Repeatedly hit poison vapor. We can hit this 3 times safely. I have 5 shuriken. This would actually... This would do quite a bit. Now, how much of this is because I'm getting hit? None of it. Good. So let's just walk behind this guy, Omae wa Moshinderu. Okay, I think this came together. Okay. I'm liking it. Really don't think that that's going to do much for us. Let's go ahead and hit this. You guys are done. Good to check. And we'll just let you die. In Minecraft. Okay. Very sad that we missed that before this boss here. Honestly, I think that what we want to do here is probably still poison damage. Like, +2 magic power is considerable because it's 20% more damage to our poison. Actually, that's right. This is technically worth more right now. Is it? No. Yes. We currently have base poison damage of 12. This is increasing our poison damage by around, what would it be? 16%? This is 20%. This is better. There's our restore 2 HP. Oh, baby. That's beautiful. Now I just need it prepared. We honestly might just climb our way out of this one, which means that we're going to lose 500 points due to me not... Those 500 points in Inferno are my fault. I'm just still coping with that fact. What do I want here? I can't really afford to buy anything. I could take a green augment. Not sure that that's doing much for us. So I would much rather just take a tethered shrine. Well... This is terrible. I guess magic power. Like, we pivoted off the early game spikes, and now we're pretty much just a dot build. Send me up here in the upper left. There's no tech behind that. I just feel better. Just watching my shields. Okay, everything's dead. Oh no! Oh no! Just heal me. Boost my poison damage. Oh wait, we didn't take Mobius. We're fools! For a second there, I legitimately thought that we had Mobius, and that was like the best pick that we possibly could have picked. I'm a fool. Alright, we somehow have to phase you this turn. I don't know if it even feasibly exists. We can start with this, though. That's pretty good. And then just keep stacking poison onto you, I guess? Like, each time we hit you with this, it's 300 damage of poison that then carries over into the next turn. I think that that's good. Straight up. Because in order for this to do 300 damage, we kind of have to crit. And we're not. There we go. And I can't walk out of the AoE, so they're going to take the spikes damage. Genius. I know. I know what you guys are thinking. Gee, this is what 600 hours of this game looks like? Absolutely. I wonder if it's actually just better to keep hitting you here. We survive over here by 13, which isn't quite enough. So let's just go ahead and do a little something like... Oh, you're just a little piece, aren't you? There we go. Why am I taking this much damage? Because Inkymite is increasing the damage? Shackles is increasing the damage? That doesn't seem right. I am hitting. I'm taking 10 damage. That's like significantly more than what I thought that I would be taking. Even if you consider the fact that Inkymite is increasing the damage that they're dealing to me, I'm taking an inordinate amount of retaliation damage here. Because that's going to be 10 total damage. Why? Legitimately why? What happens if I hit you with Flurry? I take 15. You're dealing 3 to me. 2 round up? That would make sense. Inkymite is affecting Spicy Foe's damage, and Soul Shackle is increasing damage by 25%, which is then rounding up to a whole integer, so you're dealing 2, 2, 3, 3. That's deadly. Okay, a lot of people could have died here. I don't think that's the case. The only reason I'm dying here is because I forgot to heal like an idiot. Okay. We're fine. We're fine. That is still a lot of damage. And when I hit you again, you're actually going to hit me for even more. That makes me kind of mad. Yeah, we're actually in very real danger right now. Simply because these ink pots have Inkymite. So I honestly need to, like, pump a ton of defense. You guys are technically dying. So I could honestly just leave you guys. Okay, I will kindly pay you to sod off. I'm going over here to fight the big boy. Because I can tank him. And big boy is about to get a lot of poison. Because that's honestly about all I can do at this moment. Whew. Okay, I'm not concerned. Hit me with one of these. Guess what? You're going to get a lot of poison. I do think that we are taking a point deficit. I didn't count how many turns that was. We actually did that on time. What in the heck? Holy Lord. So we just gotta hope that literally everybody died there. Which, we've been gambling on that a lot lately. Oh no. We did take wider AoE, so Poison Dart actually shoots in a line. Is that good for us? It's good for Runestone. Being able to double our stacks of poison on no cooldown means that we can easily get up to like... I can't even do that math right now. It's a lot of poison. Just trust me, please. I just want to know what's here. There's plus damage versus poison. That's pretty good. I could also see Impenetrable Wall, honestly. We will have one for a reroll, so I'm feeling pretty good about it. We actually guarantee that we get Impenetrable Wall because we have 2 skills locked out, so we can only get purples for these 3 skills. We get not Impenetrable Wall, reroll it, it's Impenetrable Wall. Feeling very good now. Poison Dart. Why? Boy. Am I a joke to you? This is the most insulting frickin' legendary set that I've ever seen. I guess Primescentium? We technically use it? It might save me from having to use... No, we gotta use Fortify every turn. Because we need the Resistant. Theoretically speaking. I guess there might be turns where we don't need it, but... What? I think we also heal early this time instead of after the elite fight, because now that we know that Inky Might scales it, if we get, what is it, Ink in a Box, they can give Inky Might to allies, and all of a sudden we're taking a huge amount of damage again. And that's a little spooky. Refractory, like, deal an additional 70 damage. Like, you know, I can wait on this. Let's see what our elite chest is. Also, we made it. Woo! More crit chance. I can see it. The movement actually isn't bad either. Again, we kind of have to get down to the lower left. That might just be our free scavenger. I'm not against some crit chance, honestly. It's probably the most useful thing for us here. I also probably could have healed there and then saved this till after the fight, because now we got to be very careful not to take extra damage. We could also liquidate the one that we're going to get here to that. There we go. Well, first, let's hit that. Hit this. And I want to hit him with the 1, 2. You're done. 1, 2. I'm going to take a little overbleed damage. That's fine, because we heal off restorative. Good lord. See? The Inky Might. It's going to be our doom. Two hits is enough. We're going to take damage. I say no. Yeah, I'm not going to screw with it. Actually, just heal me again. Just heal me again. Oh, you also have glass cannon. That increases the amount that you do. There's another F8. Glass cannon is scaling spicy foes. I think a lot of people are actually going to get got by these. I'm assuming that they're bugs. Like, I've been told that some of the things that we reported are definitely unintentional. But, yeah, the fact that Spicy Foes interacts with just about every mod. Spooky. Definitely spooky. That should be enough. We can do this twice. We're fine. Never scared. Screw you, you were scared. We don't have to liquidate this into damage. Let's just go ahead and grab some more poison damage, honestly. There's +5 shield right there. Is anything else here interesting? Discounted flurry? Not really, to be honest. Like, it's just dangerous with spicy foes. I would much rather have to use impenetrable wall once. Okay. We've got some stuff on the back burner. Shaheen's is an idea. Like, we have 32% crit chance. That's a technically 1 out of 3 chance to gain 3 Shattered Will every time that we use an action, which is like 5 times a turn. Doesn't really seem like that's going to do much. We can't really afford to reroll here. It's really the best thing we got. Otherwise, Archaic Innards, we already have a free cost reduction on our dash, so it's really... And we don't deal burn damage. So, it's Shaheen's. And give me Primacentium just for the reliability. I have confidence that we have an inordinate amount of poison damage. Sparking Battery Coil would be pretty good here. All Wills Barred. We're probably going to crit once a turn. And Bone Calcifier doesn't really do much for us. But Bone Calcifier is actually like pretty bad versus Runestone. Unless you have like so much shielding that you can stand in front of all the like tuning stones. Which is... Please no. Well, regardless of us tossing 500 points at Rinferno, this has actually been a pretty fun run. I don't know if I've ever mentioned it, but like, Spike Cloak is probably like my top 3 favorite builds in the game. Simply because of all the hidden synergy that exists in there that most people just don't think about. So being able to play it today was honestly quite nice. I'm honestly fine. Okay. I think that's fine. Yeah, this is the gameplay that Mark intended. And I don't even think that I need to do much here. I just need to make sure that I'm pointing myself in the right location. I think it's about right here. I've just not done this on Moss. This should be fine. Ow! Okay. Do I really have that much spike damage that you're... Oh, you're getting punched. No. You're supposed to be punching this guy. Anyways. Whatever, whatever. Maybe I should actually just, like, take this here? I think that I want you dead, though, so we might as well. I just have so much will that I don't have anything to do with. Like, this is a bit dangerous. Oh, I guess it allows us to take damage, actually. We kind of want to do this. And now they have Inky Might, so they deal more to us. It's a little rude, don't you think? Okay. Feeling pretty good about that, actually. It's a lot of free shielding. Okay. Pretty good, pretty good. Yeah, we're just going to be 500 short. Wait. Oh, no, that's right, right. We're an extra 500 short because we screwed up on Rinferno. Otherwise, that other turn, I honestly don't think that there's anything that we could have done. We just didn't have enough poison damage to phase him fast enough. Or didn't get enough, like, support. Our potions were garbage. I'm sure that there's obviously a line that could have done that. I'm sure that we're going to see people up here with perfect scores. But in my head, like, obviously, yes, I screwed it up. But 40,050 is where I technically see myself here. Because that's just like a user error. And so I want to see... I would be in, like, 5th place here. With good old Storm Setter. Which is kind of nice, actually. I feel pretty good about that. Yeah, it's just kind of upsetting that we were able to get turn 1, but not the first Guardian. Not upsetting as in, like, I'm upset, but, like, that's just so weird. Like, usually it's hard for you to have the damage to do turn 1. And then, like, by the end of the book, you find some way. But this time, we easily had the damage. But, granted, it required us to spend, like, what, 16 HP is what it took for us to flurry those 2 enemies, and then our spike damage finished it? Kind of crazy. Anyways, hopefully the run was entertaining or at least educational. If you have any feedback whatsoever, be it questions, comments, concerns, misplay alerts, be sure to put those down in the comments below. And until next time, we will catch you guys around.